Welcome to the OnlyFans Secrets Marketing Podcast. The goal of this podcast is to help both new and established OnlyFans creators learn the basics of online branding, marketing, and promotion to help you make more money with your content and maximize your time online. My name is Richard Lewis, and I have over 20 years of internet marketing experience. So let's get started with today's topic. And that topic is the OnlyFans Success Mindset. Okay, so this week I got an email from a listener of the podcast asking me about how to succeed on the site. As with many creators, the question is often complicated and tied into the concept of them trying everything to succeed, which got me thinking about the kind of mindset you need to really be successful on OnlyFans. So this episode, I am going to go over 12 ways that I feel OnlyFans creators can change or adjust their thinking that will make them a greater success on the site. And as always, you can read along to this podcast at seobounty.com/135. Again, that's seobounty.com/135 for the 135th episode of this podcast. All right, so as I mentioned, recently a new creator contacted me wanting to know how to succeed on the site and why I recommend going at it on your own for a while before getting an OnlyFans manager or someone to run your OnlyFans account. So it started me thinking in my response to her that perhaps success on OnlyFans is more than just posting pictures and promos in the right place, although those things are very important as well. And perhaps it's more of a mindset that sees certain creators succeed while others fail. All right, so I'm going to go over that success mindset and how to achieve it. So first, what is a success mindset? Okay, so you'll often hear expressions like, that's what separates the winners from the losers, and they had the willpower to succeed when people talk about successful people. Rarely does anyone say, Cindy was just smarter than everyone else, so she's a winner. Or Randall showed up to work every day earlier than everyone else, so they are a winner. People know deep down that in the end, there is a certain mindset that helps people achieve regardless of the amount of work they put in or even their intelligence level. So what is it that separates the winners from the losers on OnlyFans or any business really? It's a mindset that allows someone to achieve while someone else who might have a lot more natural gifts fail. So what is a success mindset when it comes to a site like OnlyFans? I'm going to go over the 12 keys to starting and keeping a success mindset. All right, so number one, my success will come in the future. So here's the hardest lesson anyone will have to learn when it comes to business and success on OnlyFans. You are going to need to be patient and build towards your success, not right now, but in the future. That future could be a month from now or even a year from now. But you absolutely cannot start an OnlyFans page and think that you will be successful on day one or even month one. Honestly, it is likely best if you aren't successful that fast, because you will not have a solid foundation to build anything on. When you hear about rappers who get one big hit song and then fade into obscurity, or a business that blows up super fast and blows away into the wind, it's because they did not prepare themselves ahead of time for success. If success hits you too fast, you have no way of scaling growth, and you aren't going to be aware of all the challenges you are going to face in the future. If success comes to you slowly, you will have time to adjust to each challenge along the way. There is a scene in the widely popular Netflix series Squid Game in which the contestants have to jump across a bridge of tempered and untempered glass. if they step on the untempered glass, they fall to their death. One contestant notices that the light reflects differently off the tempered glass, while the others just blindly jump to their deaths. This is an example that shows you that those who take the time to see where they are going while finding and overcoming challenges will succeed. You also should be preparing yourself for your future success by how you promote and market your page. If you take short-term shortcuts on pricing and content, you will pay for it in the future. All right, so second key. My struggles now will pay dividends one day. All right, so people with a success mindset realize that struggles and setbacks are inevitable and a part of the path towards achieving your goals. Each time you hit a roadblock, you should celebrate and not despair because you have identified one less obstacle to your success. You just need to figure a way around it and move on. Each struggle you overcome becomes a tool in your tool belt that you will easily move past when you see it again, because now you have the skills to overcome it. Not only that, but the fact that you will take the time to figure out the obstacle and someone else will decide to give up at that point means you have one less competitor to deal with. Remember that business is not a test where you get an A or an F and fail. Business is a game of survival where you either sink or swim. And then after you swim, you realize you are swimming with sharks. Don't let anyone but you decide when you have failed. Don't let your competitors get into your head because they just want to kick you out of the game. Don't let customers pull you down with complaints or other issues because there will always be people who will complain and be negative. All that you go through now will help you succeed in the future. And if you give up too soon, you won't be able to use all those tools in your tool belt you worked so hard to get in the first place. All right, number 3. I am not working for your enjoyment, but for mine. All right, so people who are successful do not work for other people's enjoyment, but for their own. What I mean by this is that a surefire way to fail is to start doing something just because it is popular or pays more money than something else. Once you start creating content you hate or dealing with fans you don't enjoy, you are digging your own grave when it comes to success on OnlyFans. It will only be a matter of time until you just burn out or give up. The reasons is because you can't sustain any business or venture long term based off of false gratification. If you are someone who is truly motivated by making as much money as possible, then that is your enjoyment. But you can't make yourself become like that just to make more money. If you are artistic in nature and you have to spend a few hours more than others making your content sparkle and shine, it is not a waste of time to do so because it is bringing you enjoyment. The amount of time lost to doing what you enjoy isn't real at all because it will motivate you to continue long after other creators have burnt out from doing what they think people will buy or pay attention to. Be true to your passions and you will always have the will to succeed. All right, number 4, my customers come first. All right, successful people know that once they throw themselves into a business arena, they must have the mantra that the customer comes first. The customer is also always right, even when they are wrong. The amount of people who will take advantage of your kindness is small, and you can always afford to make a few exceptions for these people. For if you end up angering them in the slightest, they can cause a storm online that will be seen by hundreds, if not thousands more people, hurting your business and bottom line. So the best way to make sure that your customers are always happy on OnlyFans is to put them first. It is true that you can't choose who will subscribe to your OnlyFans page, but you do get to decide whom you sell custom content to or interact with on social media. Don't make the mistake of thinking that all your customers are not equal. Even the ones that spend the least amount can have high expectations of you. Do your absolute best in every way to put your customers and fans first, and you will always have a successful OnlyFans business. All right, number 5, I will not work until burnout. Right, so in the past, people felt that they should always push through and try to work more hours than other people do, and that will make them a bigger success. Now that we understand more about how the human brain works and how our bodies function in general, we know that it is not the case at all. When you work to the point of exhaustion or choose work constantly over sleep and exercise, you are not at your peak performance in any way when working. Successful people know that keeping a healthy balance of work, exercise, and leisure is the key to success. So if you are working on your OnlyFans promotion or content and you start to feel burned out, take a break. It sounds like a very logical thing to do, but for many people, they feel guilty for not working or feel like they will end up blaming themselves if their page or promotion fails. Just think about the times when you were most productive. You likely were at the greatest balance at that time. All right, number 6. I work until I tire of work and then I start learning. Okay, so as I just mentioned, you should never work until the point of burnout. But what is the alternative when you just don't feel like working? Well, successful people know that when you're not feeling in the mood to write the paper or take photos, that the world of learning is open to you. The world of learning can be active, like reading a book or following a tutorial, or passive, like listening to a podcast or watching an educational video. You should always be looking for opportunities to grow in your knowledge of the goals you are trying to accomplish. If you don't feel in the mood to take pictures one day, then take that day to learn more about photo lighting or video editing. If you're trying to market your OnlyFans on Reddit but not getting anywhere, do research on subreddits or read posting advice from those who are successful on Reddit. Your brain might burn out in one area of work and be a sponge in the area of learning at the same time. Don't waste the opportunity to learn more or pick up a new skill that could help you succeed on OnlyFans. Right, number 7. I hit the wall and I stopped and found the wall's weak spot. Successful people know that the wall is always going to be there eventually. What I mean by that is that you are always working to achieve specific goals in business and in life, and at some point you reach them. Sometimes they were closer than you thought, and other times they were very, very far away. But what if you reach a wall before the goal you were trying to achieve that you just can't get through or around it? Do you move on to the next goal and come back to that one? For successful people, they take stock of the situation and try to find the wall's weak spot. They read and try to learn how others have tackled what may seem like an insurmountable goal, and they come back at the wall with a new approach. It could mean climbing or flying over it, when before you were just looking to smash through it like the Incredible Hulk. Whatever happens, don't give up on your goals just because you feel like you've hit a wall and can't get past it. There is always a way, just sometimes it takes a bit of ingenuity and courage to get past it. All right, number 8. Success is not a stopping point, it's just the beginning.